Fast fashion has transformed the way we shop and dress, but at what cost? This industry, built on the promise of affordable, trendy clothing, is growing at an alarming rate. In the last 2 decades, it has exploded into a multi-billion-dollar global market. Brands churn out new collections every few weeks, enticing consumers to buy more, wear less, and discard quickly. But let's dig deeper. The environmental impact is staggering. The fashion industry is responsible for about 10% of global carbon emissions, more than international flights and maritime shipping combined. Think about that. Every time we buy a cheap shirt, we're contributing to a cycle that pollutes our air and water. The production process often involves toxic dyes and chemicals that end up in rivers, harming local ecosystems and communities. And it's not just the environment that suffers. Fast fashion thrives on exploitative labor practices. Many garments are produced in developing countries where workers are paid meager wages, often in unsafe conditions. These workers, primarily women, are the backbone of this industry, yet they struggle to make ends meet. It's a harsh reality that many of us overlook when we snag that $5 t-shirt. Moreover, the rapid turnover of styles encourages a throwaway culture. We buy clothes we don't need, wear them a few times, and toss them aside. In the US alone, we discard about 80 pounds of clothing per person each year. That's a staggering amount of waste, much of which ends up in landfills, where it can take decades to decompose. International trade is also affected. Countries that rely heavily on garment manufacturing face economic instability as brands shift production to chase lower costs. This creates a race to the bottom, where quality and ethical standards are sacrificed for profit. It's a cycle that not only exploits workers, but also undermines local economies. So, what can we do? We can start by being more mindful of our purchases. Supporting sustainable brands, thrifting, and embracing a capsule wardrobe can make a difference. Every choice we make sends a message to the industry. It's time to demand transparency and accountability from fashion brands. We have the power to change the narrative and push for a more ethical and sustainable future in fashion. Let's make our voices heard and redefine what it means to be stylish.